Hands down, my last pick for contemporary horror has to be 1932's The Old Dark House by James Wales. And I gotta say, this is an eccentric pick. I feel when it comes to essential horror, there are a lot of things I could have picked here that would have made more sense. But hey, it's my list, and I watched this movie many times, and for some reason, it holds a special place in my heart. During a dark and rainy night, five travelers have to take refuge in an isolated old house in which they meet the Femme family. And the Femme family is fucking crazy. What I love about the old dark house is it's a 30s mishmash of what these horror tropes would become. Because when you really break it down, it's a black and white, essential gothic tale. With the success of Frankenstein, you could see that Universal Pictures was trying to make kind of a haunted house type film, but this is farther from that. When you really break down the old dark house, it's a gothic story. It's filled with gothic classic imagery like your dark corridors, your very faintly lit rooms, your dancing shadows, and those creeps in the night where you don't know if it's something real or not. But what really sets this movie apart that really makes me enjoy it, watching it time and time again, is that it's a bit absurd with its interesting cast of characters. So the more we watch this movie, the more charming it becomes. So, yes, it is a horror film in the sense where there are horror tropes and gothic tropes specifically, but there's this unusual humor that uplifts it the entire time. And that has to do with the eccentric cast. Roger Pendrell is a likable and eccentric main character that you want to be successful. Gladys Duquesne is a doll. I love her, and she's probably one of the reasons I grew up having a foot fetish. On top of that, you have Boris Karloff, and again, he's playing another, not as iconic as Frankenstein, but another creature person here that really kind of takes a lot out of you in Melvin. There's a lot going on in this film that I enjoy, but again, at the end of the day, it's a personal taste that I feel, horror movies evolve from time, and sometimes you need to watch something that isn't as scary to really appreciate all aspects of the tropes. So it's really nice to recommend The Old Dark House because though it won't necessarily scare you, you can see where it was an inspiration for other films to come, especially if you're a big Rocky Horror Picture Show enthusiast. So I'm hoping you guys gave this a shot and a try. This is something that opens up the door for what horror can be and how it mixes well with other genres. This is something that I love watching every Halloween. It's a good one just to put on in the back.